My name is William Gallagher. I am one of the financial analysts and Forex specialists here at Market Traders Institute. Now, I'm here to help you discover simple ways to increase your Forex profit potential now. Specifically, we'll be discussing what is called the London Breakout strategy. I'm going to show you today how we can utilize trade setups during the European session, and I'm going to show you today how you can actually mimic the Forex experts' trading plans. Now, the tools and strategies and techniques I'm going to be sharing with you here today, these are actually just simply one of the trading strategies that we teach our students in what is called our live market Forex mentorship program. I'll explain to you in a minute just what exactly that is here, but let's go ahead here. Before we begin, quick housekeeping item. Do want to let you know that trading does have its own form of risk involved, and you should never invest money that you cannot personally afford to lose. And you should always trade with proper equity management in mind. Now, there is no such thing as an undefeated season with trading, and you may incur losses from time to time. But the key is to keep your profits high and to have minimal losses as you're going along. Now, it is also highly recommended that you go through this complete education, you learn the strategy in its entirety, and you begin trading as an educated and knowledgeable trader. Now, more importantly, please be advised that anything I'm going to share with you here today, I am going to go into live market. I'm going to walk you through several trade examples, teach you a trading strategy, but ultimately, when it comes time for you to trade live, that decision to make a specific trade, that is yours and yours alone. Let me just give a quick introduction, a little bit about my background. I've been involved in trading in the investment market since 1998, mostly in the stock market. Only recently in the last 2 years or so, I've gotten involved in the Forex market. That is because of Market Traders Institute and their education here. Now, I also have worked for several financial companies and firms. This has given me a general knowledge of what goes on behind the scenes in the financial world. Also helped start and launch an entirely new financial services company from Forex. More importantly, I'm actually a student of Market Traders Institute. It wasn't ago in one of these webinars, just like those of you in attendance are here today. I was wondering, well, if this is something I could do, market would allow me to generate a source of income. So many of you that are brand new here today was wondering the same thing. So, and Market Traders Institute, they actually taught me how to trade the Forex market. Now, the thing I explain is that if this is something you can do and you want to learn how to do this, I'm going to show you here today how involved, how you can actually get trained by the same people who taught me and thousands of other traders around the world. In the first minutes, I'm not going to be able to teach you everything about trading the Forex market, but I am going to teach you here today that is part of a larger program, which I will explain in just one moment. Now, we're going to be sharing with you that better way of trading. MTI stands for Market Institute. We were founded in April of 1994. Actually, just celebrated our anniversary this past April. We're located in Lake Mary, Florida. That is just about Florida. We're about 30 minutes or so north of Walt Disney World, just to give you an idea of where we're located. The screen right here, that is actually our building. In fact, I'm broadcasting out of that building here today. We are an actual education institute, so you can actually come to our building in person. You can get trained live in person right here in our building. And we operate under a single mission. That is to create successful traders through the empowerment of education. 30,000 traders around the world. Little known fact is we have an internal goal. We're looking to change the lives of 30,000 students by the end of 2015. We'd love for you to roll into our program for one of our stories here. Now, we're here to provide education. We're here to provide tools and work. And just like most brokers do, they conduct a survey each and every quarter to get an idea of how their traders are doing. We do the same thing here with our students. We found out that our students, on average, are 85% more likely to profit than the average trader. So it's great to see the actual rewards, the actual type of returns we get from our students here, providing this education, providing this tools, the training, and the support to see the type of education these students are receiving here. Now, not only does Market Traders Institute have some of the best strategies, we also have some of the best Forex instructors and analysts here, some of the best in the Forex industry itself. One of those specific instructors, his name is Joshua Martinez. Many of you may have heard of him in the room here today. His name, he also goes by the name FX Pathfinder. Now, he is one of Market Traders Institute's product knowledge experts here. So let me explain to you why Josh is the authority on Forex investing. he has trained thousands of Forex investors. He actually turned an initial deposit investment of $500 and generated over $35,000 of profit from it. I'm going to show you that here in just a second. He has made thousands of Forex investments. He is a published author, international speaker, professional analyst, and a full-time trader. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is because he created the strategy I'm going to be sharing with you here today. And this strategy, this has allowed him to do some unbelievable things in the Forex market. So as I mentioned before, Josh, he started out with $500 in his trading account. And this gave him the ability to trade with what is called a micro position. So he started trading, maybe like many of you here in the room. Maybe when he first started trading, he was only making $2 or $5 per trade, losing $2 or $5 per trade. And then he started going through our education here, the education that Market Traders Institute provides to our students here, and he started noticing patterns in the market. So if we were to fast forward his trading account, taking into consideration time compounding and building residual income, which he did through the course, he was able to put more money in as he did. Now he stuck through this, and we taught him how to reinvest his money, let it compound, build residual income, and of course when he was able to deposit more money along the way. This allowed him to start seeing daily returns, sometimes of $4,000, $5,000 per day in profits. And he was withdrawing $10,000 at a time. So what was once taking him 6 months, working 5 days a week to make, he was now able to do in one single day. Now the reason I bring this up is because he personally told me that when he was able to start withdrawing this kind of money, it dramatically changed his financial lifestyle for the better. He's even had days where he's made $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 in 30 minutes using the same strategy I'm going to be sharing with you here today. So let's go ahead and pull up his account here. Let me show you here. And you can see here, this is actual trading account. It is third-party verified. And you can see he's had a gain in his trading account of over 4,500%. And you can see here he started off, he was making some trades, winning some, losing some. You see on this graph down here. And then all of a sudden, right here is where things started taking off. This is what we like to call a tipping point. In fact, if you look at my personal trading account, you would see in the middle of last year I hit my tipping point as well. Now, what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be showing you the strategy that's really been able to assist Josh finding his tipping point. So I'm going to assist you in finding your tipping point a little bit faster here. So what I want to do now is let's go ahead here. Let me show you here. He's had days where he's made $8,800 in one day. In fact, using the same strategy, like I said, he's made $10,000 in 30 minutes on a fundamental announcement day. So once again, 4,500% return on his initial investment here. So what I want to do now is I want to go ahead, jump into the live market here. And what I want to explain to you is that I'm going to be demonstrating for you today London Breakout strategy. This is the London Breakout strategy. This is just one of the strategies we're going to be teaching in with the live market Forex mentorship and empowerment program. I'm going to show you how you can actually get into this program here and actually trade live with these two professional analysts you see on your screen. You know Josh Martinez, he is the one on the right. I will introduce to you the one on the left, explain to you who he is in just a second. But these are two gentlemen who are actually going to be walking you through the live market doing this trading session live. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, oh great, this is probably going to cost thousands and thousands of dollars to actually trade live with a professional analyst. Don't worry. Let me just go ahead and take that off the table right now as we jump into live market. I do want to explain to you that our live market Forex mentorship program, we have a special here today. It's only going to cost you $27 to get in for the first 30 days. So just to give you an idea, it is very affordable, and there is a full money back guarantee with it as well. So just to give you an idea of how that actually works, so you don't have to be wondering through the live demonstration today, well, this is probably going to cost a lot of money. Actually, it's only going to be $27 for the first 30 days. So I don't have a lot of time here. I only have about another 30 minutes or so. So let's go ahead and pull up the charts here. And if everybody could just be so kind to type in the letter Y or yes when you do in fact see the charts on your screen. We're going to go here and I'll explain to you how the Forex market actually works here. Great. So thank you, Eric. Thank you, James. Thank you, Daniel, Jerry, Ron. Now, let's go ahead here. Let me ask here, how many of you are actually Forex traders? Do I have anybody that is actually a Forex trader here? If you are, let me know what type of Forex trading you're doing, whether it is demo, live, if you're trading the Forex in any way, shape, or form. Just let me get an idea of who I actually have with me. Okay, so I am getting a handful that are demo traders. I am getting some of you that are live traders, and a lot of you are brand new. Not too big deal about that. Now, that's the neat thing about this is that don't worry. Those of you who are brand new to the Forex market, don't worry about that. That's why we provide this market mentorship program for those of you that like to look over the shoulder of a professional trader, see how they actually plan their trades and trade live with them. That's why we do this here. So don't worry, we can actually show you and teach you how to trade this market. Now, when I pull it up here, this is our charting software. And for those of you wondering, well, where do we get this charting software? This is actually proprietary to Market Traders Institute. We actually did create it ourselves. There are a lot of nice features with it. We actually have an auto Fibonacci tool, and we also do have auto trading systems that we provide to our students as part of a different program here. But what I'm going to show you right now, let me quickly show you, those of you who are brand new to the Forex market, what it does is it moves in these wave movements. These wave movements are what makes this market a lot easier and helps us predict where it's going. Because our goal as a Forex trader, as in many other markets, our goal is to either buy low and sell high, or sell high and buy low. Nothing really groundbreaking there, but just to give you an idea of how this actually works. Let me go ahead and clean this up here. Another thing we teach our students here is how to identify what are called candlestick formations. Now, these candlestick formations, they are the sign language of the market. They teach the trader a story. For instance, this one here is an engulfing bullish candlestick, and you see what happened here. The market pulled back, made a U-turn, rallied up. Another engulfing bullish candlestick rallied up. Morningstar candlestick formation made a U-turn, piercing line, Morningstar, and so on. In fact, there's another one right there. There's another Morningstar candlestick formation. Now, our professional analysts will teach you how to identify these, and as you're going through our live trading sessions, they're actually going to show you when they see this in the market and to look out for them. Now, what we do in this market is we try to capture what are called PIPs, P-I-P. That is an acronym. That stands for price, interest, points. So if you can imagine that we're looking for a unit of measure that is smaller than a penny, that unit of measure would be the equivalent to a pip. Now, just as there are 100 pennies in a US dollar, a penny, it represents 1/100th of a dollar. A pip, it represents 1/100th of a penny. So if you were to look over here on the right-hand side of your screen over here at the price action on this chart, a penny is represented by the the second decimal point, and then a pip, it's represented by the fourth decimal point. So just to give you an idea of how that actually works, and let me actually show you how we actually measure the pips here. Now you see on this movement here, let's just say the market went from this low to this high right here. If I were to pull up my measuring tool, that movement right there, that would be the equivalent of 1,688 pips. So just to give you an idea of how this actually works and the type of measurements and movements that work in this market here. Now obviously, not every movement we're going to be able to trade to capture 1,688 pips, but I'm going to teach you a strategy now that you can take advantage of starting tomorrow. In fact, I'm actually going to show you how you can get into one of our live trading sessions that is happening this next Monday. Now, as we're going through here, actually, let me pull up the actual program here. I do want to explain to you, we did have a live trading session last night. To give you the idea of the type of returns we are able to achieve in that live session here, our students made between, I think, 90 and 130 pips trading that. I'm actually show you and pull that up here in just a second here. But let's go ahead in here right now. And what I want to demonstrate for you now, this is called the London Breakout strategy. We're going to be taking advantage of 6 different currency pairs that are based off of the British pound. So you might want to do a screenshot of this. You might want to write this down. These are the 6 currency pairs we're going to be utilizing. And they all start with the British pound. So we have the Great British Pound Australian dollar, the Aussie, the Great British Pound Japanese yen, the British Pound Canadian dollar, British Pound Swiss franc, British Pound US dollar, and the British Pound New Zealand dollar, the Kiwi. So you might want to go ahead and write this down because we're going to base on this strategy off of each one of these 6 currency pairs. So what I want to do right now, let's go ahead in here. I'm going to pull up the Great British Pound Australian dollar. Now each one of these currency pairs, each one of these ones we're using here, it's based off of the 1-hour time frame. For those of you who are not familiar with what a candlestick chart is, each one of these rectangles on the screen, it represents what the market has done in whatever time frame you select on your charts. So what I have right here is I have a 1-hour time frame. That means each one of these candlesticks represents what the market has done in that hour of time frame. So this white candlestick, this is what's called a bullish candlestick. This means that the market went up, closed up during that 1-hour time frame. Now you have this dark blue candlestick. This is a bearish candlestick. All this simply means that the market went down and closed down during that 1 hour time frame. So hopefully I've given you a pretty good explanation of how this actually works here. What I want to do now is let me explain to you what we're looking for here in the London breakout strategy. Now, what we're going to be looking for here, let me go ahead and let me change the color of this here, is we're going to be looking for this market to pull back or rally up and form either its high, or its low for the morning between 2 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time and 5 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. Now the reason for this, the reason we're looking for this is because there are 3 trading sessions that go on daily in this market. There's the Asian trading session, the London trading session, which is what we're basing the strategy off of, and then you have the New York session, the U.S. session here. Now, what's happening here is between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m., you are having an overlap between the Asian session and the European session. Now, what happens is that during this London session here, the London session, it said that the European market, it processes the largest bulk of the Forex transactions. So what's happening during this is the banks are processing their orders. This provides a huge injection of volume and directional movement into the market. So what this does is gives you and I the ability to take advantage of this directional movement. So we are looking for either a high or low of that in the morning to form between 2 a.m. Eastern Time and 5 a.m. Eastern Time. Now we're also looking for this market to form its opposite high or low between 8 a.m., 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time and 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. So let me make that Eastern Time just like that. Now the reason for this is because now you have the overlap between the London session and the U.S., the New York session. So pretty straightforward. We're looking for the market to either pull back and form a lower high between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. and then rally up, or we're looking for it to form its high and then pull back and form a low between 8 a.m. Eastern Time and 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time here. Now, what we've also found is that on each one of these 6 currency pairs, that they have what's called an average daily trading range. I'm simply going to abbreviate that for ADT. The average daily trading range is a minimum of 50 pips on the low end and over 200 pips on the high end. So with the strategy I'm going to be showing you here today, I'm going to be showing you a very simple strategy. What we're going to be looking for, we're going to be looking to capture a minimum of 50 pips off of each one of these currency pairs each day using this strategy. All we're simply going to be doing is a simple strategy just to be able to go in. Basically, we refer to this as getting on first base. Just simply get on first base, capture 50 pips per currency pair per day. Now, in this market, we also trade in units. These units are called lots. We have what are called mini lots, and that is about a $200 investment from your trading account to place the trade. Each pip is worth $1 with a mini lot position. Now, that would mean if we captured 50 pips, that means we just generated $50 in profit off of each one of these currency pairs, each one we are successful in trading. Now, if we also have what are called standard lots. Standard lot is the standard by which most traders strive to trade. A standard lot is about a $2,000 investment per trade, and with the standard lot trade, each pip is worth $10. So that same example there, at $50 per pip, that means we'd be generating $500 profit per currency pair each time we are successful in trading this here. So hopefully this is a good explanation, but what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead. I have about another 20 minutes here. Let me jump in here and explain to you the actual strategy of what we're going to be using here. Now, what I've gone ahead and done here is I've gone ahead and circled each one of that 2 to 5 o'clock time frame here. So we can see what happened here between 2 o'clock and 5 a.m. The market rallied up. There's directional movement going up. Once again, between 2 o'clock and 5 a.m., market rallied up. And between 2 and 5, directional movement, the market rallied up. That's just a general, basic explanation. But we're going to be basing, in fact, let me zoom in here right now. We're going to be basing our strategy off of the 3 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time candle. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for the close of the 3 a.m. candle, and then we're going to go ahead and implement this strategy. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go back here. Let's see, what do we have here? We have, okay, there's 1 a.m., 2, 3. So here we are. We are at the 3 o'clock a.m. on June 4th. I'm going to bring this to the live market to show you what this has done over the last week or so using the strategy here. So here's our 3 o'clock a.m. candle. Let me go ahead, let me zoom in here. So yeah, that basically means we're going to wait for the close of this 3 a.m. candle, and then what we're going to do, our strategy is going to be, after the close of that 3 a.m. candle, we are going to come in here, and we are going to set an entry buy position 10 pips above this high. So we're going to come in here, let's see, 83, 93, right there. So that's going to be my entry buy position. This is only a pending order. We are not actually in this order until the market actually rises up, crosses, breaks over, enters us into that position. So our entry buy, pending order, 10 pips above the high of the close of that, or above the high of that 3 a.m. candle. Now we're also going to come in here, set another pending order, an entry sell position, 5 pips below. So we come in here now, 35. We're set that, oops, right about there. There is our entry sell position, and that's going to be minus 5 pips below, just like that. Now, I know most of you are probably already saying, well, hey, William, why is there a discrepancy? Why 10 above, 5 below? In the live session, they'll be explaining this a little bit better. It's basically taking into consideration for the spread. We have to take into consideration for the spread on this. Basic explanation, when you're in the live sessions, the experts, they'll gladly explain it to you in a little bit more detail, just to give you a little bit general answer there. So let's go ahead, let's jump in right now. Let's see what happens with this trade. And once again, we're not in the market until we either break above our entry buy or break below our entry sell. So let's see what happens here. Bam. Right there in the market, rallies up, hits our entry buy. Our entry buy now has just became a market buy, meaning that we are now in this market, we are buying the market. So once we actually hit one of these, we are now in the market, we're buying. So 1 hour later, we break in, we're now buying the market here. Now, first order of business is we're going to cancel the opposite order. So this entry sell is no longer valid, so we cancel that pending order, just like that, bam. So we're in this market buying. What we're going to do next is we're going to set a stop loss. Our stop loss when buying is going to be at the low of this candle here. So we're going to come in here, put a stop loss at the low. So let me type that out. Stop when, let me type that out. When buying is going to equal at the low of this 3 a.m. candle. Now it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit different when we're shorting the market. I'm going to show you a shorting example here in just a second. Once again, taking consideration for the spread, we have to do things a little bit differently when buying and selling. So first order of business, we cancel that pending sell order. We set a stop loss at the low of that 3 a.m. candle right there. Now our next order of business is we're going to be going after a minimum of 50 pips. That is our minimum. So we're going to come up here and let's see what happens here. We're going to set our limit right there, 1.994. Let me type that out here. Let me edit that. 1.994 right there. So that's going to be our limit. Our limit, which is also our target, once again, trying to get on first base. We're simply just trying to capture a minimum of 50 pips. So we're going to go after plus 50 pips on this one. Now, I know some, oops, sorry about that. Let me retype that. Limit is going to equal plus 50 pips. Now, some of you are probably already wondering yourself, well, hey, can you set a trailing stop when we hit that? Absolutely. Another benefit of getting into the live trading sessions is that our professional analysts, they can help walk you through that as well. So yeah, you can go after more than 50 pips, but I'm just going to teach you a very simple strategy of how we can just go after the minimum of 50 pips on each one of these trades. So let's go ahead and let's see what happens here. So we're in the trade buying. We have our market buy right there. Our limit's at 50 pips. Our stop loss is set at the low when buying. Let's see what happens here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hours later, the market does rally up, hits our limit. We're no longer in that trade, and we just captured 50 pips. Did I get that right? Yeah, actually it was a little off by about 5 pips, but we got 50 pips on that one. So that 50 pips, to give you an idea of the type of profit we just captured on that, 50 pips plus 50 pips, that would equal $50 if you were trading a mini lot account. If you were trading a standard lot account, you just made $500 in profit, and that was in 1, 2, 3, 4, in 5 hours. In 5 hours, not too bad. Now, I know some of you are saying, well, hey, do I have to be up and trading this while this is actually happening? Now, when you set your limit, you're saying that in your broker's platform. So if you want to, once you actually break into the market and you actually have one of your trades actually become a market position here, you can actually just simply set your limit and walk away. However, if you want to set up and go ahead and do it, that's as well. Now, I know many of you probably would love to be able to stay up, and you'd be very welcome to be staying up at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock a.m. to make this type of return. Now, this is only actually on one currency pair. You're going to be able to do this on 6 different currency pairs. I'm going to show you here in the live market in just a second what we just did here in the live market here. Now, KD brings up a good question here. KD says, do you ever consider activity prior to the 3 a.m. candle? KD, I appreciate you asking that. That's another benefit of getting into the live market program here, trading live with a professional analyst, because in the live market sessions, you're going to actually be joining them at 2 o'clock a.m. So our live professional analysts, they're going to be in the actual live market looking to see where the market is going, and they're going to help make these trades a little bit better for you, and they will take into consideration activity. In fact, if you were to look here, I think everyone would agree prior to the 3 o'clock a.m. candle here, the market was, I'm sorry, right there, there's the 3 o'clock a.m. The market was in fact going up, so this was already looking to probably be a buying position anyway. So yeah, they will look into the market. They will look to see here. I'm just simply showing you the simple strategy based off of the London breakout strategy. So that was one trade right there. Let's go ahead. Let's fast forward this now. Let me bring this now to the next 3 a.m. candle. Look, there's 4 p.m. It looks like we're a little bit further up here. And let's see here. Right about, let's see, where are we? So here is our next 3 a.m. candle right there. So right there. So here's 3 a.m. Let me back that up. Oh, there we go. So just to confirm, everybody, there is the 3 a.m. candle right there. Let me go ahead and delete all this here to make this a little bit easier. I'm sorry I have to rush through this here. I only got about another 10 minutes here. But I want to try to bring this, show you a couple trades, bring this to the live market for you here. So there is our 3 a.m. candle. And we're going to go ahead in here. Let me go ahead and let me delete all this here. We're going to go ahead and our first order of business at the close of that 3 a.m. candle is we are going to come in here, set an entry buy position 10 pips above. So 54, right about there is our entry buy. Entry buy that equals plus 10 pips above. Oops, sorry about that. Let me just go ahead here. Oops, let me change that here. 10 pips above, right there. There we go. So entry buy, pending order, 10 pips above. We're also going to set an entry sell position, or set an entry sell position 5 pips below. So we're going to come in here, and let's see here, 11. So we're set this at 0.6, right about there. So entry sell, that's going to equal, entry sell is going to equal minus 5 pips below. So let's go ahead in here. We have our 2 pending orders set. Let's see what happens here. Now, bam, next candlestick does in fact break our entry sell. Our entry sell now, this becomes a market sell, meaning that we are now shorting the market. I know many of you might be saying, well, hey, can you short the market? Absolutely, you can short the market. So we are now in a market sell position, believing that the market's going to go down. First order of business is to cancel the opposite order. In this case, we're canceling that entry buy position just like that. And then now, the next order of business is to come in here, and we are going to go ahead, and there's our 3 a.m. candle, Now, when we are selling the market, when we're shorting the market, we're actually going to be setting our stop loss 5 pips above this high. So we're coming here 53, 58 right there. So let me type that out for everybody. Stop when selling. That's going to equal plus 5 pips above the high of that 3 a.m. candle. Once again, a little bit different, have to take consideration for the spread. General explanation, the professional analysts, they can explain that much better detail as you're going along. And for those of you here, in fact, actually, once again, KD says, do you ever consider activity prior to that? Look at this. Can everybody see here? The market is going in a downward direction. So we already have somewhat of an educated opinion. If we want to do some analysis here, we already have an educated opinion this market is going down. So makes it a little bit more better idea that the market is in fact going down in a shorting position. Now we're also going to come in here and we're going to set our limit here at 50 pips. So right there, 19856. So 198, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there is our limit, which is also our target. Once again, you set this in your broker's platform. You can pretty much set it and forget it, plus 50 pips. So in this case right now, yeah, at this point, if you wanted to, you have your trade set. You can pretty much set and forget it. You have your stop loss set in your broker's platform, your limit set in your broker's platform. Now all you're going to do is just simply wait and see what the market's going to do. 1, 2, 3. 3 hours later, the market does in fact pull back, hits our limit, and we are now out of that position. We have just captured another 50 pips. So once again, the idea of profit there, you just captured, you just made $50 in profit from a mini lot trade or $500 profit with a standard lot position, and that was we were in 1, 2, in 3 hours, just like that. So how many of you are understanding the strategy? How many of you feel this strategy is pretty straightforward, even with just the basic little bit of understanding I've been able to show you here right now? Just go type in a me, type in a yes, if you are pretty much getting what I'm showing you right now. And I get a lot of you saying yes. Now, that's another one. I am getting 1 or 2 of you are saying that you're not quite 100% sure. That's the other key thing about getting into that live market mentorship program, is that if you even just have just a basic understanding of what I'm showing you here in the actual live market sessions, this is actually just one of the trading strategies that they are going to be showing you here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, let me quickly show you one more quick trade here. So here's our next 3 a.m. candle. This is from, actually, this is from yesterday morning. This is going back yesterday morning. So far, we've placed 2 successful trades. This is yesterday morning, the 3 o'clock a.m. I'm just going to quickly walk through this here. We're going to come in here. We're going to set an entry sell 5 pips below, right there. Entry buy is going to be 10 pips above, just like that. So just like what we did on our previous ones, 2 pending orders. Entry sell 5 pips below, entry buy 5 pips above. Let's go ahead and let's see what happens here. Bam. Next candlestick, 1 hour, less than an hour later, the market breaks our entry sell. We are now in a market sell position. So just like that, see, that's another thing about this strategy, is that even just simply guessing where the market's going, you have a 50-50 shot. You add some education, add some tools, add some strategy to that, gives you a much better probability of where you believe the market's going. So markets, we cancel the opposite order, just like that, and we're going to set a stop loss at, when we're selling the market, there's our 3 and we're going to set our stop loss 5 above, 5 pips above there, so 1, 2, 3, right about there. There's our stop loss. And then we're going to set an we're set our limit at 50 pips. So let me come in here, let me measure that quickly here. We're set our limit at 50 pips right about there, 19921. 19921 right there. So there's our target, 50 pips. Or it says, what time frame do you trade this on? This is on the 1 hour time frame. That means each one of these candlesticks, it's 1 hour time frame. Let's see what happens here. Less than an hour later, you just made another, let me type that out for everybody here, plus 50 pips, just like that. That would equal, we'll just make it easy, another $500 in profit from a standard lot position. Standard lot. And that was in 1 hour. Not too bad. So can everybody see the type of returns you can potentially make doing this type of strategy, adding a little bit of strategy, some tools to your trading, like I said, 50% probability of getting it right, you add a little bit of strategy. Right there, trading a standard lot, that was $1,500 within the last week. Let me go ahead and let me bring this now to the live market here. Let me delete all this here. Oh, let me delete all. There we go. And just to show you what we did last night, let's see, there's our 3 a.m. candle. There's the 3 a.m. The market pulled back. Let's see, we had a pullback of 106 pips right there. Now, what I'm going to do right now is I only have about 5 minutes left. I only have about 5 more minutes here. Let me go ahead and explain to you. You can do this on 6 different currency pairs, and this is the London breakout strategy. This is actually just one of these strategies here that you're going to be utilizing during our live market Forex mentorship program here. So what I want to do is let me explain to you here. In this live market Forex mentorship program, you'll be trading live with one of our 2 professionals, either Christopher Pulver or Josh Martinez. Now, here's the opportunity to learn from an experienced trader, traders that have days like this, making 964 pips, $9,800 here. In fact, you see here Joshua has made $8,000 in one day, has made $10,000 within 30 minutes. Christopher Pulver, another one of the instructors who's going to be teaching you during this here, he's one of our lead analysts here. He's been able to gain 60% in his trading account. Let me show you here what some of our students have done. FX Caddy here, 1,600 pips 1 month, beat his best month thanks to Christopher Pulver. Another student here, thanks Chris Pulver here, made his first real money trade here to the tune of 150 pips. Here's another one of our students here. Took Josh's British pound Australian dollar to the limit, just as Josh said. Did not move my stop or fiddle with the plan, made 80 pips. Jason Stewart here made $8,000 off of a single trade. In fact, he's up over $11,000. Here's one of our another students. He just posted this 2 days ago. He made 1,800 pips in 1 week. Let me show you some of these sessions here. We made 427 pips in one of our trading sessions in February. 99 pips on March 17th. February 17th, we made another 50. On our, I believe it was April 7th, our students averaged 120 to 400 pips. Our trading session last night, this is actually from last night. We placed 3 trades, made a little bit of over 800 pips. Our students made between 90 and 130 pips in this live market session here. So here's what we're going to do. I have about another 3 to 4 minutes here. Here's what we're going to be doing here. I want to go ahead and show you here. Normally, you have to be a student of Market Traders Institute, and it would cost you $297 per month to join this trading club. Those of you who would like to get into the next live trading session, which is happening this next Monday, next live analysis session here, you're not going to be paying that. As I mentioned at the beginning of the webinar, you're only going to be paying $27 for the first 30 days. So if you'd like to take advantage of this, I'm going to send a link out into the audience right now. You click on the link. You can go ahead and register for this. And on Monday, you'll be in the next live market analysis session. There's going to be one on Monday, and there will be a live trading session on Tuesday. Those of you who like to actually trade live with a professional analyst, look over their shoulder. Once again, this is for the first 30 days, $27, less than $1 a day, and there is a full money-back guarantee on this. You know, after that, if you choose to continue past the first 30 days, it's only going to cost you $147 a month after that. So once again, $27. Listen, for the cost of $1, it's less the cost of going out to eat. Less it goes for the cost of a couple going to see a movie. You can actually join a live trading club and get a full money back guarantee on this. So very simply, all you have to do, if everybody just going to click on that link, you can get registered. I'll actually pull up that page right now. I have about another 2 minutes here. And when you click on that link, just like this here, it's going to take you to the page where it explains to you everything you're going to get. This is just the base. Oops, sorry about that. Mine is expired here. But you click on this, you register, sign up here. Once again, full money back guarantee. Let me quickly walk you through, explain what you're going to get. You're going to get a 30-day money back guarantee. You're going to get 8 live market sessions each and every week with our professional analysts here. You're going to receive also 30 days of free access to our VIP Analyst on Demand service. This is normally something our professional analysts or our students have to pay thousands of dollars to get access to. We're giving this free, unrestricted access, 24 hours per day, 30 days free access to Analyst on Demand. That right there is well worth the $27 because imagine enrolling into this program. You get into these live trading sessions, get access to our live professional analysts for a month. At the end of those 30 days, even if you do see the value in this, you still have the free opportunity to go ahead and cancel this here. So if you want that free opportunity to go ahead, take our program for a test drive, you get 30 days free access to it. You get 30 days to try it out. And if you see the value, we'll continue through the program. Now, those of you that enroll, you're going to get that free Analyst on Demand service. You're going to get the ebook, 4 free 4 Forex lessons by Market Traders Institute. The profit plan consultation costs a $500 value. 10 Keys of Successful Forex Trading ebook. You're going to get a market preview video each week. You're going to get recorded replays of each one of these trading sessions. Now, all this has a money-back guarantee, and it's only for $27. So if everybody just go ahead and give me a quick response here. If you are going ahead and if you are registering for us, just give me a quick shout out, type in a me, type in a yes if you are. I'm going to go ahead, I have about another minute here. I'll answer some questions here. Now I see Bob, you've asked 2 questions here. Bob says, are you talking about 3 a.m. Eastern time? Yeah, that's the thing is like, Bob, would it be worth it to get up at 3 a.m., get into these live trading sessions here to actually see these types of returns? You've seen what our students have been able to do. You saw just from our trading session last night, we captured what? Between 90 and 130 pips. Would it be worth it to pay $27? Get up at 3 a.m. to go through these live trading sessions. Now, Bob, you also bring up another question saying, hey, you haven't been trading the U.S. dollar. Absolutely we are. This is another thing that's not part of this, but in our live trading sessions, we also discuss what's called our dollar drop prediction. We are trading the U.S. dollar. If you'd like to get into to find out about that, we can show you how you can become a student of Market Traders Institute. Now, I'm going to go ahead and here, thank you, Larry, thank you, James, thank you, Derek, for letting me know you have, in fact, enrolled. Bob says, so you haven't been trading the U.S. dollar. Let me show you right here. Here's one of my open positions. Bob, can you see this right here? Great British Pound U.S. dollar. I placed this trade yesterday. Yesterday, I'm up $502 on that trade. So yeah, we are in fact trading the U.S. dollar. In fact, with the U.S. dollar, we are predicting 13,000 pips of opportunity between now and September. If you'd like to get that information, go ahead, type your email into the chat box. We'll have somebody reach out to you. That is another program. I think in these live trading sessions, we might be touching on that. But where I'm going to go right now is I'm going to go ahead down and see how, yeah, Bob says it's gone straight for the last few months. Yeah, we're predicting what's called a dollar drop. We're predicting that dollar to drop here. But I've run out of time. If you see the value in this $27 risk-free to look over the shoulder of a professional analyst, trade live with a professional analyst, and once again, you saw what our students did last night, between 90 and 130 pips from our professional analysts, walking them through the live market, helping them set up their trades, and then they have the opportunity to place those trades. So I just want to give a quick shout out here. I want to thank Jeremy. Jeremy, thank you. You said you've gone ahead. Yeah, if you ever want to go ahead and give me a quick shout out here, let me know that you are in fact registering for that. I'll go ahead and I'll commend you as that. But I've gone over my time. I've gone over my time here. So what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead, and there is only 24 hours to register for that. So I encourage everybody, Bob says he's planning on register. Once again, I encourage you, Bob, go ahead and register. You have at any point to go ahead and to cancel this. You have 30 days to cancel this, get all your money back. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up here. And I just want to say thank you to Reed for allowing us to come and talk to you about this. I think everyone would agree that for less than going out to eat, less than going to a movie, and it has a full money back guarantee. Now, I'll answer one more question here. Lucio says, what time are the live sessions? I believe this Monday we have one. It's probably around 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern time. We have a live analysis session on Monday. And then I believe this week, the actual live trading session, I believe, starts around 7 o'clock a.m. So you'll actually be coming out at the end of the London Breakout session. We will teach you additional strategies in addition to the London Breakout strategy. And then the following week, it will probably be on Monday, and then on Monday at 10 a.m. and then probably about 2 o'clock a.m. the following Tuesday. So once again, I encourage you to go ahead. You get full access to this. You'll get all that information here. So on that note, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you, Reed, once again. I'm going to go ahead and let you pass it on to the next presenter. Thank you for allowing us to come in here and talk today.